Hello everyone. In the first session on normal labor, we talked about its definition, causes of its onset, and its stages. Continuing the same topic today further, we'll talk about something more in normal labor. Many times in homeopathy, we get the women during their pregnancy as patient. They come to us to relieve their various sufferings occurring during pregnancy. And fortunately, we can help them up to a great extent also. Even we can conduct normal delivery with the help of the homeopathic medicine. So, when we get the patient with pain in the abdomen who is approaching full term or who has completed EDD, who has crossed EDD, so at that time, what would be your diagnosis? પેટમાં દુખાવા સાથે તમારી પાસે આવે એને 9 મહિના પૂરા થવા આવ્યા છે, ઈડીડી બહુ નજીક છે તો ઈડીડી એણે ક્રોસ કરી લીધી છે, તો એ વખતે વોટ વુડ બી યોર ડાયગ્નોસિસ? હાઉ વિલ યુ પ્રોસીડ ફર્ધર વિથ દેટ પેશન્ટ? વોટ વુડ બી યોર એપ્રોચ? સૌથી પહેલાં તો એ પેટમાં દુખાવો શેનો છે એ તમને ખબર પડવી જોઈએ. ઇટ મે બી ધ ટ્રુ લેબર, એકચ્યુઅલી લેબર હેઝ સ્ટાર્ટેડ, because the very first diagnosis that comes in our mind is labor has started. So that is one possibility. Labor might have started. It may be a false labor અને ખરેખર લેબર શરૂ ના થયું હોય પણ લેબર જેવો દુખાવો હોય, અથવા તો patient may have some gastric upset which has caused this pain in the abdomen, right? So when you get the patient with pain in the abdomen, first you should try to diagnose the condition. So you must be differentiated the true labor from the false labor. ફોલ્સ લેબર કેવું હોય એ આપણે સમજીએ પહેલાં તમને એ ખબર હોવી જોઈએ કે ટ્રુ લેબર કેવું હોય, બરાબર? સૌથી પહેલાં આપણે શરૂ કરીશું ટ્રુ લેબર પેઇનની ફીચર્સથી. વિલ સ્ટાર્ટ વિથ ધ કેરેક્ટરિસ્ટિક્સ ઓફ ધ ટ્રુ લેબર. Characteristics of true labor. These are labor pain, appearance of the show, progressive effacement and dilatation of cervix, and formation of bag of waters. We'll discuss each characteristic in detail one by one. So we start with the true labor pain. It is very first feature of the true labor, you can say. These pain occur due to uterine contraction, right? Now uterine contractions occur throughout pregnancy, but during pregnancy these contractions are painless. You must have heard of Braxton Hicks contractions. So these contractions are painless, so they are not felt by the pregnant woman during her pregnancy. But when there is time for labor, when there is time for childbirth, at that time these contractions change their character. The painless contractions become painful, and these painful contractions are experienced by woman as the labor pain. We call it labor has started, right? Now these contractions are intermittent. That means contraction occurs, after some time contraction passes off, after some time another contraction starts, after some time again it passes off. That means it comes and goes. It is not continuous. That is intermittent. So intermittent painful uterine contractions that we call true labor pain is very first and important characteristic of the true labor, right? Now what is duration of this contraction? Initially when the labor starts, at that time each contraction processed for very short time, say for half to 1 minute. It passes off after this half to 1 minute period, and it will again start after interval of the 15 to 30 minutes. That means initially the duration of each contraction is shorter and duration between two contraction is longer. But as the labor progresses, duration of each contraction becomes longer and duration between two contractions become shorter. That means the labor pain improves, the contractions improve. So contractions improve in their severity, in their frequency, in their intensity. So labor pain also comes off and on. It also becomes more and more intense with the progress of labor. So these change, this improvement you find when the labor progresses. So true labor pain is very important feature of true labor. Second is appearance of the show. When the labor is to occur, at that time the fetal descent will occur. From the upper segment, the fetus comes down. It occupies the lower segment. So that to occupy the grown fetus, the lower segment stretch. There is stretching of the uterine wall from the lower segment. Because of that, amniotic sac attached to the uterine wall of the lower segment gets detached. It gets separated. And due to that, uterine sinuses get open, so the blood comes out. Now during labor, at the time of labor, there is cervical mucus secretion. These cervical mucus mix with the blood that comes out from the open uterine sinuses. So you can see the blood stained cervical mucus coming out per vagina at the time of labor. That blood stained cervical mucus is called show. So appearance of the show, presence of the show per vagina is very important finding of the true labor. Next is progressive effacement and dilatation of the cervix. Effacement means shortening. You can see this diagram. Towards your left side, you can see the diagram during pregnancy. Here, the body of the uterus, cervix, and vagina, they all are very clearly defined. They are separated. The internal os, external os, very well known, or they are very well palpated, you can say. So the different parts of the uterus are well defined in the pregnancy because the os is closed, right? You know that cervix is the part of the uterus only. But when the labor starts, there is progressive cervical dilatation. You can see in the diagram towards your right side. See here, both internal and the external os are open. They are totally dilated. The figure shows you the complete cervical dilatation because for the fetal birth, the cervix has to dilate. With the closed os, childbirth cannot occur per vagina, right? So you can say the cervix is taken up by the body of the uterus. The cervix merges with the body of the uterus. You can see in the figure towards your right side. Here you cannot clearly separate the cervix from the body of the uterus. The cervix has merged into the body of uterus. So effacement is shortening of the cervical canal. So there is progressive effacement, progressive cervical dilatation. So when the labor pain starts, with the labor pain, there is progressive cervical dilatation. From 2 finger, it becomes 10 finger. From 2 centimeter to 10 centimeter, from 2 finger to 4 finger dilatation. That is the full cervical dilatation, right? So this happens, and this is called progressive effacement and cervical dilatation. These occurs progressively. So this helps you to know the progress of the labor. Labor માં કેટલો progress થયો. When you get the patient during her labor, you examine the patient, you do her PV examination off and on, say every half an hour, every hour, depending on the condition of the patient, right? When you are examining the patient for the first time, you will write the degree of cervical dilatation, like 2 finger tight, 2 finger loose. When you examine the patient after half an hour, again you are doing PV examination. So from the 2 finger tight, this is 2 finger tight. So from 2 finger tight, you find 2 finger loose. That means cervix has dilated, and that means labor has progressed, right? So these happens progressively. So progressive cervical dilatation, that is a very good important finding of the true labor. Now we go to the third finding, or you can say the last finding, formation of bag of waters. Bag of water is formed by the amniotic fluid, and this bag is formed by the amniotic sac. What happens? I just told you that when the labor is to occur, the amniotic sac gets detached from the lower uterine segment. That is because the lower segment stretches, right? So this separation of the amniotic sac occurs. Now I am again showing you this diagram. You can see towards your left side. This is before the internal os open, right? So till the internal os is closed, the detached amniotic sac membranes are supported by the closed internal os. Because when they separate from the uterine segment, from the lower segment, they lose their support. They become unsupported. So now they are supported by the closed internal os. But when there is cervical dilatation, when cervix dilates completely, internal os also opens. So now the membranes have lost their support. So now you can see in the diagram towards your right side. Here the cervix has completely opened, dilated, right? So you can see in the dark, I have darkened the line. The membrane bulges out into cervical canal like a bag. It forms a bag. You will find the fetal presenting part, and below the presenting part the amniotic fluid escapes. So the bag is full of amniotic fluid, so called bag of water, right? So this bag of water formation occurs. It is very good important finding of the true labor. When you examine the patient per vagina, you can see this formation of the bag of water. During contraction, the intraamniotic pressure rises. Because of that, the bag of water becomes tight, convex during contraction. So when you examine it during contraction, you will find it tight because of the rise intraamniotic pressure. But when the contraction passes off, at that time, the intraamniotic pressure also reduces. So this bag of water becomes loose. It will become concave. Right? So this is the very characteristic feature of the bag of water, or you can say a very characteristic feature of the true labor, not bag of water. These bag of water, till it is intact, the fetus is safe in the amniotic sac. Once this bag of water ruptures, amniotic fluid escapes, then you cannot wait for the normal labor for a long, right? So if childbirth is not occurring after rupture of this bag of water, you cannot wait for the long time. So these are all the characteristics of the true labor pain, appearance of the shaw, progressive effacement and dilatation of the cervix, and formation of bag of waters. So if these signs are present, that means that actually labor have started. So then you can make the required arrangement to cause delivery of the patient, right? But suppose if these features are not there, what is false labor? So now we come to the false labor pain. It is also called illegitimate labor, that means wrong labor, and also called spurious labor. Spurious also means false labor, right? So you should know characteristics of false labor. આપણને કેવી રીતે ખબર પડે કે false labor છે? It is more seen in the priming gravida patient. It is not that much common in multipara. Why? Because priming gravida is a woman who is first time pregnant. એટલે એને ખબર નથી કે actual labor શરૂ થાય ત્યારે એ પેઇન કેવું હોય. એણે બીજા પાસે સાંભળ્યું હોય કે બહુ દુખાવો થાય, સિવિયર પેઇન હોય. It is a most painful pain, you can say. The pain, labor pain is most intense among all other body pain. પણ એકચ્યુઅલી કેવું પેઇન છે એને ખબર નથી. એટલે એ ફૂલ ટર્મ પ્રેગ્નન્ટ હોય તો સહેજ પેટમાં દુખાવો થાય તો એને લાગે લેબર શરૂ થઈ ગયો, એ ડૉક્ટર પાસે દોડી જાય. Because she does not have experience of the actual true labor, right? So it is more common in priming gravida. But multipara, she already has one or two children. એટલે એને ખબર છે કે લેબર પેઇન ખરેખર કેવું હોય. એટલે એને પેટમાં દુખાવો થાય તો એને ખબર પડે કે આ ખરેખર લેબરનું પેઇન છે કે બીજું કંઈક તકલીફ છે. સો ફોલ્સ લેબર ઇઝ મોર કોમન ઇન ધ પ્રાઇમરી ગ્રેવિડા, રાઈટ? ધીસ પેઇન ઇઝ કન્ટિન્યુઅસ. The true labor is intermittent pain. False labor is continuous pain. Then location. True labor is felt in front of the abdomen. It radiates towards the thighs. Whereas the false labor, it is mainly seen on the sides of the abdomen, on the groins. So the location also helps you to diagnose whether it is true labor or false labor, right? Then whenever there is true labor, with true labor there is progressive cervical dilatation. I just told you, we just discussed it. Here with the false labor, સર્વિક્સ ડઝ નોટ ડાયલેટ. તમે અત્યારે એક્ઝામિન કરો, હાફ એન અવર પછી એક્ઝામિન કરો, 1 અવર પછી એક્ઝામિન કરો, તો કદાચ પેઇન હોય પણ સાથે સર્વિક્સ ડાયલેટ થયેલું હોય નહીં. જ્યારે તમને ટ્રુ લેબરમાં શું જોવાનું મળે, તમે જ્યારે પણ ડાયલેટ એક્ઝામિન કરો પર વજાઇના, યુ વિલ ફાઇન્ડ પ્રોગ્રેસિવ સર્વાઇકલ ડાયલેટેશન. બરાબર? એટલે સર્વિક્સ ડાયલેટ ના થતું હોય, દેટ ઇઝ ઓલ્સો ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ ફાઇન્ડિંગ ઓફ ધ ફોલ્સ લેબર, રાઈટ? દેન you can relieve this pain by giving enema. Sedatives can be given. So this can be the treatment of false labor. You have to assure the patient કે ખરેખર લેબર શરૂ થયું નથી, લેબર શરૂ થવામાં હજુ થોડી વાર છે, થોડા દિવસો છે. You can convince the patient and then you can send the patient back. No need to hospitalize the patient. In homeopathy, we have the drugs like Colophyllum, Bryonia, Actia racemosa. These are very good drugs to relieve the false labor pain, right? So these we talked about the true labor and false labor. We'll talk about further in normal labor next time. Thank you.